Picture this, it is 4 in the morning and you are deep in the best sleep of your life. Suddenly, you feel a gentle but firm rhythmic pressure on your ribs. It is not an intruder or a ghost, it is your 7-pound tabby, Oliver, who has decided that your ribcage is the perfect place to knead dough for an imaginary bakery. You are half awake, slightly annoyed, and yet there is a weird warmth in your chest that is not just from his body heat. We have all heard the trope that cats are aloof, cold, and calculating roommates who only tolerate us for the kibble. But if you have ever felt that 4 a.m. paw-massage, you know the trope is a lie. As someone who has spent years studying the intersection of human journalism and feline psychology, I can tell you that what we are looking at isn't just a pet looking for a snack, it is imprinting. In the bird world, imprinting is that famous thing where a duckling follows the first moving object it sees. With cats, it is a much more sophisticated, long-term emotional bond. It is a biological choice to see you not as a food dispenser, but as their primary social anchor. And if you're wondering if your cat has crossed that line from casual roommate to soulmate, there are 5 very specific, scientifically backed signs that prove you are their person. The first sign is something we jokingly call making biscuits, but the scientific reality is much more touching. When your cat kneads you with their paws, pushing in and out, maybe even with a bit of drool involved, they are performing a neonatal reflex. This behavior is hardwired into their brain from the moment they are born. Kittens need their mothers to stimulate milk flow. Evolutionarily, this is a behavior associated with total survival, comfort, and the ultimate bond of trust. If an adult cat does this to you, it means they have psychologically categorized you as a maternal figure. They are essentially telling you that in your presence, they feel as safe as a tiny kitten tucked away in a nesting box. But there is a hidden layer here involving scent. Cats have interdigital glands located between their paw pads. When they need you, they are not just being cute. They are literally marking you with their unique pheromones. They are depositing a chemical signature that says, "This human belongs to me." It is a claim of ownership through scent, creating a shared olfactory environment that lowers their cortisol levels. When they smell you and you smell like their paws, their brain registers a state of peak security. It is like they are layering a security blanket over you that only they can sense. Next, we have to talk about the eyes. You know that look they give you from across the room? That slow, deliberate blink where their eyelids droop like they are about to fall asleep in the middle of a conversation? In the wild, for a predator like a cat, closing one's eyes is a massive risk. Their entire survival strategy is based on being the most observant creature in the room. By closing their eyes in your presence, they are giving you the ultimate feline compliment. They are saying, "I trust you enough to be vulnerable." Research led by the University of Sussex and the University of Portsmouth actually proved that this slow blink is a form of positive emotional communication. They found that cats are more likely to approach a stranger who slow blinks at them compared to one who maintains a neutral expression. It is the feline version of a genuine Duchenne smile. When your cat does this, they are intentionally lowering their physiological arousal. Their heart rate actually stabilizes. They are signaling that the environment is safe, and you are the reason why. It is a conscious choice to drop their guard, a behavioral handshake that says, "We are cool and I love you." But let's get into the slightly grosser, more intimate side of imprinting. Allo-grooming. If your cat has ever decided that your hair needs a thorough licking, or that your arm requires a sandpaper tongue exfoliation, you have been officially initiated. In the wild, cats are generally solitary hunters, but they are also highly social within their chosen colonies. Allo-grooming, the act of grooming another individual, is the social glue of the feline world. It serves 2 purposes. First, it helps reach the spots a cat can't reach themselves, like the top of the head or the ears. But more importantly, it creates a group scent. By licking you, your cat is mixing their saliva with your natural oils to create a unique family aroma. This is a deeply rooted biological drive to ensure that everyone in the social unit smells the same. It is a way of saying, "You are part of my pride." Their tongue is covered in tiny barbs called papillae, made of keratin, which are incredibly efficient at cleaning. But for the cat, it is a sensory ritual. They are tasting you, smelling you, and grooming you into their world. It is an act of extreme empathy and care. If you have noticed these signs, you are part of an elite club of humans who have truly earned a cat's trust. But have you ever wondered why your cat specifically chooses the middle of the night to start their most intense bonding sessions? And what it says about the secret history of their ancestors? They are looking out for your hygiene because in their eyes, you are a big, hairless, slightly incompetent cat who needs a bit of help staying clean. The fourth sign involves the most vulnerable part of a cat's day, sleep. Cats are the masters of the 16-hour nap, but where they choose to spend those hours is never an accident. If your cat insists on sleeping against your back, on your legs, or, God forbid, directly on your face, they have imprinted on you as their primary protector. From an evolutionary perspective, sleep is the most dangerous time for a cat. Despite being apex predators in their weight class, they are also small enough to be prey for larger animals. When they choose to sleep on you, they are utilizing your higher body temperature, which for humans is around 37 degrees Celsius, while cats prefer to maintain a toastier 38.6 degrees. But they are also using you as a biological shield. If they sleep with their back to you, it is an even higher level of trust. They are essentially asking you to watch their blind spot. They are also highly sensitive to your own biological rhythms. You might notice your cat starts to get sleepy exactly when you do, or they wait for you to get into bed before they settle down. This is called circadian entrainment. They are literally syncing their internal clock with yours. It is a beautiful, quiet form of mimicry that shows how deeply integrated you are into their fundamental biology. The fifth and perhaps most subtle sign is what I call the shadow effect. Does your cat follow you into the bathroom? Do they sit on your keyboard while you're trying to work? This isn't just about curiosity, it is about social referencing. A 2019 study from Oregon State University found that cats show the same styles of attachment to their owners that human infants show to their caregivers. When a cat follows you from room to room, they are using you as a secure base. They want to be in your orbit because your presence provides a psychological safety net that allows them to explore or relax. They are monitoring your movements and your reactions to the world. If you are calm, they are calm. They are also incredibly sensitive to your vocal patterns and facial expressions. When they follow you, they are looking for interaction, but also just for the comfort of proximity. It is a physical manifestation of their emotional imprinting. They aren't just following the food source, they are following their person. Now pause for a second. Think about your relationship with your cat. It is easy to take these things for granted. The constant following, the staring, the kneading. But it is important to remember that this bond is a two-way street of chemical and emotional exchange. We often think we are the ones doing the caregiving, but in the feline brain, this is a partnership. They are constantly reading your stress levels. They know when your breathing changes. They know when you are sick. However, as an animal psychologist, I have to give you a bit of a reality check. There is a dark side to this deep level of imprinting, and it is something every cat owner needs to be aware of. Because their emotional well-being is so tied to your presence and your routine, any sudden shift in their behavior is a major red flag. If your cat, who normally makes biscuits and follows you like a shadow, suddenly starts hiding under the bed or becomes aggressive, they aren't just having a bad day. This is a sign of high cortisol, the stress hormone. Cats are masters at hiding physical pain, so when their social behavior changes, it is often the first and only warning sign we get that something is wrong. It could be medical, or it could be environmental stress. If the imprinting signals stop, the cat is telling you their world has been destabilized. They have lost that sense of security they usually find in you, and that is when they need you to be the detective and figure out what has shifted in their environment or their health. At the end of the day, having a cat imprint on you is one of the most rewarding experiences a human can have. It is a bridge between two species that have very different ways of seeing the world, yet somehow find a common language of blinks, purrs, and shared scents. It is a reminder that even the most independent-seeming creatures crave a place to belong. So the next time you wake up with a cat sitting on your chest at dawn, instead of pushing them off, take a second to appreciate the science behind it. You aren't just a roommate, you are their world, their mother, their protector, and their best friend, all wrapped into one. And that makes you a very lucky human indeed, even if you are currently being used as a very expensive mattress. If you have noticed these signs, you are part of an elite club of humans who have truly earned a cat's trust. But have you ever wondered why your cat specifically chooses the middle of the night to start their most intense bonding sessions? And what it says about the secret history of their ancestors?